Good evening. We'll do a very short shop flap here. Nothing much. Just a little update on the total cost of the minivan repair. Good evening. How's everyone doing today? A little update on the car. The car computer was not supposed to be coming in from Montana, where the dealer was located, until Monday or Tuesday, but it came in today. And I got a call today from the garage that's working on the car. It's in, it's all running good, and they needed the core back. In other words, the old computer. But for some reason, I don't know, but I guess they rebuild them. Although this guy told me that they don't rebuild those old ones anymore, but whatever. The price is exactly $1,800, so it's a little cheaper than $2,000, but that don't count the Uber. So I told him, I says, I can't pick it up today, because he called me probably around, I don't know, 10 o'clock this morning, and said it's ready, but, whenever, no hurry. And I said, I don't think I can get there today, because we have the nurse coming and so forth from my wife, and I have to be there. And besides, we had to postpone all the doctor's appointments, which were scheduled for early next week. Because if we knew the car was going to be done before then, we would not have had to do that. But it's done now. We had to do it because we were told it wasn't going to be until Monday or Tuesday. Okay, so $1,800 and I don't know, 40 cents or something like that. It runs good, no engine check lights. He test drove it, and it's perfect. It's guaranteed for 1 year or 12,000 miles. Of course, as I mentioned in the other flap video I did in my messy big shed over here, a disaster in there, isn't it? Anyways, we were figuring Monday or Tuesday with the part, and so it came in early, and that's great, So that $1,800 don't count the Uber charge, and we're going to work that out somehow. I guess we're going to probably go with the Uber because I'm not bothering people. I've got a couple of real good friends. Actually, we got 4 good friends, but they all have health issues and they got their own problems, and I'm not going to burden them with hauling an old goat over to the garage, which is about maybe 20, 25 miles from here. At the most, I think that's what it is. So we'll probably, Monday, I said, we can try to do it. Now, Monday, my wife has a nurse coming, but once I get her set up and she's okay, then I can leave the house. And it's just a matter of getting the Uber to pick me up. And we have no idea what that would cost. The guy probably figures maybe it should not be more than $30 or $40. I don't know. Like I say, I've never taken an Uber in my life. And the last time I was in a taxi, I think, was I think it was in the 80s. Yeah. I think it was in the 80s. Yeah, when I first met my wife, the one time we went to New York City, which my wife wasn't too impressed, neither was I, on one of our mini vacations, and we took a train to New York City. So we had a cab come from the train station in New London to bring us to our house. And at that time, I don't think they do that anymore. We had what they call a scab, I guess, cab driver. We called a well-known cab service. And back then, I guess a lot of these scam, I don't know what to call them, have a scanner and they listen and they jump ahead and they take the legitimate cab driver, because when the cab came up to the train station to pick us up, it had no markings on the car whatsoever. So, and it didn't even have a meter in it. And we didn't know, you know. So, they took us home, you know, because, like I say, we went to the train station, you know, didn't want to drive to the train station because I didn't want to leave the car just anywhere in the parking garage that they have in New London or anything. I don't like to do that. That's the same way when years ago when we used to fly to the airport. You just take a cab to the airport. You don't have to worry about anybody getting in or robbing you or anything else in the car and ruining your car or something. So, so that's the last time. That was like when we first got married, which was in '84. So, anyways, that's probably what we're going to do. So so we figure 1,800 and change and pocket change with the tax out the door and everything, and he guarantees it for 12,000 miles or 1 year. But of course, as I brought it up again to him today, I said, well, if the computer fails before that time, it's supposed to be under warranty, but they don't have another one to replace it, so, you know. So we'll cross that bridge. Hopefully not. It should, if all goes well, it should outlast the car, and other things will probably fail before then. So that's where we're at right now. So Monday will be the day that I will be getting the car. So big van is running great. I have to put gas in it a couple times a week because it only gets 15 miles to the gallon. I think a lot of it is, well, not around here so much. It's a 300 cubic inch 6-cylinder on the 90 Ford, but it really should have a V8 in it. But I don't think it would have been any better on gas with a V8. Back when we used to go to New Hampshire and go to Kankamangas Highway and climbing all those mountains, it was struggling, and if it was a V8, it probably would have gone up there with no problem, and probably would have got better gas mileage on the highway with that, because you're not flooring it trying to go up a mountain. Anyways, that's probably what we'll do. We'll go with the Uber and be done with it. I mean, you pay all that money, the hell's the differences, you know. You know, that's the way our luck runs anyways. It's always, things always cost us more than what we anticipate. Always, always, always. We never, ever get, like whenever we have a car repair, and I estimate, about $100, $150, and it's $300, $400, $500, you know. So I'm basing things on what happened in the 70s and the 80s, you know. So, but nonetheless, the cost of a used car is almost as much as a new one, and you're going to have car payments, which we can't afford. So you're going to have $500, $600, $700 car payments, or if you stretch it out 7, 8, 10 years, or however they do them, I know nothing about that. Yeah, you probably pay $300, $350, but who needs to be paying that? We're paying that much for the medications now. 2 of my wife's medications are $150 a month, and if you get a 3-month supply, it's almost 500. So, it's crazy. The Eliquist is one of them she's on. And then there's a blood thinner she's on. I'm not sure if that's the Eliquis or not. I get mixed up with these things. But anyways, that's the story there. I figured I'd sit out of the shop with the Boblov W1. I'm not 100% sure, so don't expect it. But I may have a radio project coming up. Not 100% sure yet. I don't learn my lesson that my eyesight is so piss poor. I'm a glutton for punishment, but the radio I selected looks like it's going to be easier than some of the smaller ones I've worked on in the past. We'll see. You know, you got to have some hobby and some things you like to do, even if it's frustrating to work on them, mainly because I can't see what I'm doing, and I'm not good at working on crowded radio chassis. I do a lot of hook and pinch, so I don't have to disturb the tube socket, or I can't even get down to the tube socket. So I'll clip the lead close to the component and hook it and pinch, and hook and pinch to me is just as good. The right way to do it is to strip it all down and do it over. I could never do that. There's two things I don't have these days. Bad eyesight. I don't have good eyesight. You know that. And patience. I never did have patience. Even when I had excellent eyesight, I never did have patience. I was always short-tempered when things don't go right. That's always the way it is. And I give up if it's too hard to do it. I'll tell you, that's honest, because when you work on small things, and I'm not talking about some radios that I've worked on here, I don't really have too much problem. Sometimes they're a little hard to see, but overall, I do pretty good on the bigger ones. But the small ones, I have a lot of problems working on. So I'm hoping I can do something. It'll give me something to do. It was only a $25 radio. I got it down on buy it now, and I'm not going to tell you what it is until I decide to post a video. And what I will do when I start on it, it's not going to be here for at least another week anyways, is I'll make the video, and I know I said this before, but the video will be recorded and completed before even part 1 is put up there. So, in the event that I can't do it because of eyesight, it'll never get on YouTube. So that's just the way it is. A lot of things I'll work on, and if I successfully fix it, fine. By the way, this power supply, this capacitor here, this Nichicon, I don't know if you can see it from here, it's on the bench. That's for the dehumidifier, is cold. It's a 50 volt, 4700 microfarad, and it's ice cold, and all I did is just bridge it across one of those bulge caps in there, and it's been running great. And I got these little transistor heat sinks on it. They're just sitting here. So rather than build a power supply, it's a waste of time. In the winter time, you're not going to use the dehumidifier, and I'll put it away anyway. So so that's it. I do have the schematic right here. I'm not going to show you what I wrote there for the model, but no big deal. It's a little different than what I have been working on in the past. So that may be a future video, because what I'll do is I'll make the video when I get the radio, and I'll go making part 1, part 2, however, get them all together, and when it's successfully working, You know, I will post the whole thing, part 1, 2, 3, whatever. It uses the small IF cans, but we don't have to worry about silver mica disease because the tuning caps are adjustable. In other words, there's trimmer caps instead of a silver mica cap at the bottom of the IF can. So we don't have to worry about silver mica disease with those. That's one good thing. They're adjustable trimmer caps, and unfortunately, I got this schematic. It's a rider's schematic, but I got it from Nostalgia, and it's kind of like blurry, but you can read it, and the values are there and everything else. So that's all I'm going to say about that. We are going to wait and see on that. So that's all I've got to say. It's about, if my clock might be a couple minutes one way or the other, it's about 10:08 p.m. So as long as it's nice and comfortable and cool, not hot and humid, I'll be out here working on, regardless, I'm going to work on the radio, and I will record it, because when you take something apart, it's better to have it on video so that you can see where things go. You know, some of those radios are really a rat's nest of wires, and they're, you know, if I can't get my face right in there to do it, that's, you know, makes it more difficult. So that's the story there, folks. I'm going to end this video. I'll see if I can get this together and get it up to you. Where the hell it is now? Oh, it's right here. I have this little tube tester that I bought at Jewett City. I showed you this in earlier videos. It's a little Mercury with the charts and everything. That I bought at Jewett City a number of years ago, and it's almost like in mint condition, and you can't pass something up like this. Do I use it? I've tried it out in a few things, but what the problem is with it is it's not the tester, it's the damn mildew. I just cleaned this case off a few days ago. It's pretty good, but it's all got like a white powder on it. Now I got this dehumidifier running here, so I didn't get under the handle very good. I guess I could use a bleach rag. I've used Windex on it, and the Windex has ammonia in it, so that don't really get rid of it. I might try some vinegar, see if that'll keep it off, because it keeps coming back. So that's the main idea of having a dehumidifier in here, and that's supposed to do a room larger than this. So it's important that I have that dehumidifier running even in cooler weather. And when it gets to a point where nothing's in the pan anymore, little container, the cup, then I can turn it off and put it away, and that'll be it. Okay, I'm going to end this video. I flopped too long here. Take care. That's the update on the van, and maybe a possible radio repair video, but that's not positive. That's a maybe. Take care. You know the routine. Whatever it is you do, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. Because you might like it today, and you may want to do the whole damn thing all over again. Good day.